Viewers, day after soaking in the accolades heaped on him at the BJP headquarters, the Prime Minister was serenaded in the Lok Sabha. Modi Modi chants rang out, followed by the slogan, Teesri baar Modi Sarkar. If the stage was set by the BJP MPs inside the House, then the Prime Minister set the contours of the political discourse nationally outside the House. Addressing reporters at the entrance to Parliament, Prime Minister Modi offered some friendly advice, as he put it, to the opposition. He did so by first analysing the verdict, which he said was a vote against negativity. Then he told the opposition that if they didn't just oppose for the sake of opposing his government, the people might just be more sympathetic to their cause, to their ideology, and be more accepting of them at the ballot box. He said that while it was important to disagree in a democracy, discourse should never descend into nafrat or hate. Before we play out, viewers, the sound bites of the Prime Minister outside Parliament, let's just raise the gnat on some of those pictures where you can clearly hear the chants that were ringing out inside the House. If it's possible, let's just play that out once. There you go, viewers. That was the kind of mood that had overcome the BJP members of Parliament as the Prime Minister strode into the House. But as I told you, he had already begun to set the contours of the discourse nationally outside the House. And there you can see him to the right of your screens, in the middle, in fact, of your screens, viewers, as he addressed the press. And this is what he said. Listen very carefully, because these are important words with great significance as we move now into the national election season 2024.
वर्तमान चुनाव नतीजों के आधार पर कहूं तो जो विपक्ष में बैठे हुए साथी हैं, ये उनके लिए गोल्डन अपॉर्चुनिटी है। इस सत्र में पराजय का गुस्सा निकालने की योजना बनाने के बजाय इस पराजय में से सीख करके पिछले 9 साल से चलाई गई नकारात्मकता की प्रवृत्ति को छोड़ करके इस सत्र में अगर सकारात्मकता के साथ आगे बढ़ेंगे तो देश उनके तरफ देखने का दृष्टिकोण बदलेगा। लोकतंत्र का ये मंदिर जन आकांक्षाओं के लिए, विकसित भारत की नींव को अधिक मजबूत बनाने के लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण मंच है। मैं सभी माननीय सांसदों से आग्रह कर रहा हूं कि वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा तैयारी करके आएं। सदन में जो भी बिल रखे जाए उस पर गहन चर्चा हो।
Viewers, the context for the Prime Minister's comments are very, very important. You remember, viewers, just before this session began and at the height of the campaign, a large number of opposition parties targeted the Prime Minister. In fact, even as the nation was shell-shocked after our surprise defeat in the World Cup final, viewers, even as we were coming to terms, the Prime Minister was blamed for India's loss. And therefore, the Prime Minister's words today, which set that context, and they go back to perhaps what was said about him, Panoti, etc., will not be lost. These words will not be lost on the opposition. Many BJP rivals, chiefly, viewers, many of the BJP's rivals, chiefly Rahul Gandhi, use slurs to berate the Prime Minister personally. I'm not saying that the BJP did not use words which were unparliamentary, so to speak. They might have used them to describe a particular posture. But viewers, that hardly matters. Sharp, unsubstantiated allegations of corruption were hurled at the Prime Minister inside that house. There are many examples and I'll play them out for you. Now, viewers, if you are making unsubstantiated, slanderous comments, after a point the people will want to know what are the facts that back them. That's why this show, for example, is called The Hard Facts. I make a comment, viewers, I take a position, but I always bring out the hard facts to tell you what is the basis of my conclusion. You might get away once, you might get away twice, but on a significant amount of time, you won't, because people will say it's all rhetorical and they will disregard it and they'll also question the credibility of the messenger. Perhaps that's what's happening. But first, listen to what was said about the Prime Minister. Listen in, viewers.
याद है? हाँ क्या? पनौती वो अच्छा भला वहां पे हमारे लड़के वहां पे वर्ल्ड कप जीत जाते, वो वहां पे पनौती हरवा दिया।
हम गरीबों के साथ खड़े हैं। पूरा देश समझ गया है कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी बीजेपी का मतलब सिर्फ 2-3 लोगों को फायदा पहुंचाना, देश का पूरा धन उनके हवाले करना। कांग्रेस का मतलब गरीबों के साथ खड़ा होना, गरीबों के साथ मिलना, गले लगना और गरीबों के लिए काम करना।
मणिपुर में आग लगी हुई है, लोग मारे जा रहे हैं, प्रधानमंत्री को कुछ लेना देना नहीं, होम मिनिस्टर को कुछ लेना देना नहीं। नफरत की राजनीति का नतीजा है द्वेष मणिपुर में हो रहा है।
जाति जनगणना की बात करते हैं, आप देश को कहते हो कि भैया देश में तो जाति नहीं है, एक ही जात है, वो है गरीब। राजस्थान में हमारी सरकार आएगी, पहला काम राजस्थान में जाति जनगणना करने का होगा। और जैसे ही दिल्ली में हमारी सरकार आएगी, बीजेपी को अच्छा लगे ना लगे, जैसे ही हमारी सरकार आएगी, अब लिख लो, जैसे ही सरकार आएगी, देश में कांग्रेस पार्टी जाति जनगणना पूरे देश में करवा देगी। ध्यान इधर उधर करने वाला नरेंद्र मोदी, जेब काटने वाला अदानी और बाद में लाठी मारने वाला अमित शाह। सीधी सी बात है।
By pulling off a grand victory against massive odds, Prime Minister Modi has destroyed the opposition's campaign against him and the BJP. It is clear that the voters didn't agree with the opposition, either because viewers, they figured out early that there was little substance in the attacks, or because they didn't think the messenger was credible. It could be either of these two reasons. Now, here are some key takeaways, powered by hard facts that show that the voters blunted the allegations against the Prime Minister and the BJP, viewers. And I will look at these attacks and I will substantiate it by analysis of the election result. The first fact, viewers, is on your screens. The attack was, brand Modi is fading, can't take BJP to victory anymore. Why was this made? Because in Himachal Pradesh, viewers, and in Karnataka, the BJP lost. No one looked at the real reasons why the BJP lost. If it was actually a vote against the BJP or did they give it away? It's irrespective, immaterial, I would think, but nonetheless. What are the facts? The BJP wins 3 out of 4 polls fought on Modi ki guarantee. Modi put himself on the ticket and they win. Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chattisgarh. In fact, Chattisgarh and Rajasthan snatched from the Congress. The other big attack on Modi is that he only serves the interests of the rich, particularly his business cronies. Rahul Gandhi mentioned a particular businessman and ignores the interests of the vulnerable. Now, viewers, that's attack 2 on your screens, and look at the fact. The BJP bagged 51 of 67 OBC seats in Madhya Pradesh. Now, OBC's viewers are vulnerable. But that's a huge ratio in Madhya Pradesh, where Rahul Gandhi was saying, "Jab hamari sarkar aayegi." Another fact, BJP bagged 26 of 47 tribal seats in Madhya Pradesh. Tribals, viewers, are marginalized and vulnerable. Even there, the BJP did well. BJP bagged 58 of 107 OBC seats in Rajasthan also. This is where the Congress was in power and supposedly serving the interests of the OBC and saying, look, we will expand the quota for you. Don't worry. The BJP bagged 12 of 25 tribal seats even in Rajasthan. That's about 46-45%. So there was no takers, viewers, for this point of view amongst the most vulnerable. BJP bagged 5 of 10 SC seats even in Chattisgarh. BJP bagged 18 of 29 seats in Chattisgarh. Viewers, there's another fact. Under Modi, the BJP has grown and expanded to parts of the country where it didn't have any support base. It has not only added seats in parliament but also seats in assemblies across the length and breadth of India. This proves that the opposition is wrong to suggest that Modi is a panauti or bad omen. In fact, by voting Modi's BJP in larger numbers, the people have proven they view him as a credible face. They view his guarantees as credible. Here are more facts, viewers. The attack is PM is a panauti, whatever he touches fails. Look at your screens. To the left, look at the number. May 2014, 282 BJP MPs. 5 years later, that number also rises to 301 BJP MPs. So there are more BJP MPs today, viewers, across the length and breadth of this country than there were in 2014. Look at the next fact. And this is very, very important, viewers. We talk about the enlarging footprint of the BJP in all corners. In December 2018, 1,346 BJP MLAs pan-India. That number is also grown, viewers, by more than 150. Most of the attacks on Modi are to do with his alleged economic mismanagement. The Congress and others never failed to talk about distress in rural India. That rural India wants to vote the BJP out. Now the facts point in the other direction, viewers. While we are not saying that more work doesn't need to be done to alleviate poverty, especially rural poverty, and also, of course, viewers, jobs must be given to the urban poor. The data suggests that rural poor are not necessarily ready to punish the BJP, at least not just as yet. The attack is economy at rock bottom, poor are enraged. Here are some more facts for you. In Madhya Pradesh, the BJP wins 137 of 194 rural seats. In Rajasthan, the BJP wins 97 of 174 rural seats, all beyond the 50% mark. And look at how the globe looks at us, viewers. We are thought to be a global bright spot today. The world is coming to India to make in India. And that's the graph. Yes, there was a dip during COVID. Yes, there was a little bit of a subsidence in our numbers just before COVID. But viewers, we are back, and back with a bang, courtesy of the greatest vaccination program that normalized our lives and took us back to vote. Now let's get out and go to our big debate. Is the mandate a vote against Modi hate? Can the opposition now, viewers, pull back and stop this business of being the negativists that they have become? Compulsive, viewers, in one ways. Compulsively opposing for the sake of opposing. That's the fundamental question. Is brought to you by Motorola, viewers. And I'm going to pose it tonight, and I have with me some incredibly informed speakers. So this is going to be a good debate tonight. We won't speak over each other. We will talk less rhetorically and more factually. I've already set it up, viewers. And I want to begin with Tehseen Poonawala. Mr. Poonawala, the Prime Minister has told you today, he's advised you, and he said, friendly advice, take it or leave it. I'm not a dictator. I'm not your tutor. And what does he say? Give up this business of bringing your frustrations against me into the House to disrupt our democracy. Stop thwarting the people. Because if a house is not functioning, their aspirations, their views are not going to be raised and their aspirations will not be met. The opposition today, Tehseen Poonawalla, your friends in the Congress party have come out and said, look at the vote share. What are you talking about? We are absolutely there with the BJP. And that is that Mr. Jairam Ramesh, the plenipotentiary of the communications department, who has cancelled a large number of journalists, some of my colleagues, viewers, doesn't want to hear things. So tell me, Tehseen Poonawalla, the messenger isn't credible? The messenger isn't credible. Rahul Gandhi is not credible. Why is he around? Why do you put him out there?
Good evening, Rahul. Thank you for having me on the show at the onset. Congratulations to the BJP supporters, spokespersons like Tuhin on a fantastic victory in the 3 states that went to polls recently. Let's address each of the things that you said independently. First, the Prime Minister's advice is very well taken, and I also hope that the Prime Minister extends this advice to his own political party, the Bharatiya Janata Party, that does allow the opposition to raise points in Parliament, because very often you see, and this is legitimate, that when the opposition speaks, the mics are shut off, they're not allowed to make a statement. And we do hope that the Honourable Prime Minister attends Parliament and takes part in debates rather than just speaking. So that is something that the whole nation looks forward to. So I hope that that advice also extends to them. Now let's come to the fundamental question. Completely concede on the point of personal attacks and on the points of the other attacks that the opposition made. And I think some of them have cost the opposition deeply. I think it was ridiculous to go on to the attacks on the Sanatan Dharma, on the OBC caste census, because it simply wouldn't work in Chattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. We know that Madhya Pradesh had an OBC chief minister, Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji, and prior to him, Babulal Gaur and Uma Bharti ji were OBC chief ministers. Even in Chattisgarh, which is a largely tribal state, the OBC card would obviously backfire. So it is important that whatever issues that the opposition raises must be raised for specific states. It can't be one issue across the country. So the opposition also needs to come together on a platform and realize what are the issues that they raise. This country does need to eliminate politically from governance in the center the BJP. Because the BJP is not good for the economy. Despite your data showing, the 9% growth today is based on a lower base rate. So the fact that the BJP hasn't brought in the growth, but argue on that intellectually. By simply being abusive, by simply abusing Sanatan Dharma, we are losing the opportunity and the momentum that the people of India have. And people don't like people on constitutional posts being abused. To the third point about Sri Gandhi, I do believe that Mr. Gandhi fought valiantly in these elections. I do believe it is people below who don't deliver. The names that you took, the woke people in the Congress, some of them, they are the ones who are causing irreparable harm to the Congress party. If you tweet that this is a North versus South, it's going to harm the Congress party. If people are going to, you spoke about your colleagues being boycotted. Our fight, and I speak in the third person, our fight is not against anchors. Our fight should be against the BJP politically. Why are we fighting against anchors? Why are we making this a political battle against anchors? So I think you need to go back to the drawing board. It's a good advice I'm giving to Congress, and get back to fighting why the Congress is losing. Let me just end with one question. It's a rhetorical question, but I hope my friends who are really like in the Congress and I want to win, understand this. The Hindi heartland we lost, and I saw a lot of tweets blaming the Hindi heartland, right Rahul? You saw them. Today, Mizoram, is that part of the Hindi heartland? Is that cow belt? Congress lost, right? So go back to the drawing board. The BJP has to be defeated. Mr. Gandhi is speaking the right language. He's raising the right issues. He's going out there fighting. The others below are not supporting him. Ashok Gehlot.
Okay, so
why is Ashok Gehlot? No,
okay,
Ashok Gehlot should be sacked.
Can I ask you one second? First of all, you talked about attendance. Do you know the facts? You know the facts. Can you tell me Rahul Gandhi's attendance record, sir?
1 second.
No, one second. Just 1 second. Just 1 second.
Can I?
No, hang on. Just a minute. Okay. Just a minute, sir, please. Rahul Gandhi, till I last checked, wasn't the president of your party, was he?
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't. Just for the record, viewers, they will compare this now to the Prime Minister's attendance. The Prime Minister was there in Parliament today, by the way. Rahul Gandhi wasn't there.
But the Prime Minister's attendance is not taken. You know that, right?
That doesn't matter, sir.
So
he has,
if
one second.
is,
I'm just asking. So you're comparing Rahul Gandhi, ordinary MP in the House, to the Prime Minister who has several things to do, including looking after. Hang on.
No, I'm comparing the Prime Minister and
looking out for looking out for international. Hey, I'll bring in Karan Verma, I'll bring in.
But
Twin
compare
But one
the Prime
second, I
Minister
just
with
want to ask,
Manmohan Singh ji,
80%
including the
viewers,
debates.
House attendance, 271 MPs have 80% above. You know the lowest attendees, viewers? 2 are from the Trinamool Congress, 1 is from the BSP, and Rahul Gandhi comes somewhere above that. What does he have to do that keeps him so busy? Well, he went on a big, long Bharat Jodo Yatra. So if he's raising the right issues, as Tehseen Poonawalla is saying, why isn't it reflecting? It's not reflecting
because of people like Ashok Gehlot.
One second, sir.
I'm telling you.
One second. Just a minute. Yeah, I'll just call you in. Just 1 second. I just want to make one small intervention here. It's very important. Viewers, it's not as if the BJP in some states, especially in Rajasthan or even in Karnataka or even in Madhya Pradesh, had the best oiled machine. There were laggards. But the man at the top decided to put himself on the ticket, risk his own credibility, and viewers, most importantly, he also deputed in a well thought out emergency plan several other top faces to say, come on, let's do it together. Why can't Rahul Gandhi do this? I'll tell you why, viewers. Because A, the people do not have any, clearly no faith in his message. His credibility is questionable. And secondly, no one in his party listens to him. In Karnataka, viewers, and other states, in Himachal, apart from the Bharat Jodo Yatra, it was peripheral involvement. So this is a fact.
No, but just one line. Why can't the Honorable Prime Minister take such decisive action in Manipur or against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, who was molesting women for protein powder?
Is it the Congress that lost? Now, hang on. In the neighboring state, viewers, within 5 months, today, in Mizoram, where the votes were counted, it is the Congress that has come down and the BJP that has gone up. Neighboring state. Clearly in the northeast, viewers, clearly in the northeast, they're not buying this bunkum.
So
they want to. I'm not saying it's not.
So
but to suggest that, because of there is a force there, there are people there,
and
there is a chief minister there.
Chief minister not cooperating.
Tuhin Suna, if it was such an issue, wouldn't it have reflected in a sister state?
Well, absolutely. Good evening, Rahul. Good evening, everybody.
If people had lost faith in the northeast,
I was exactly going to
Mr.
say that.
Why is the BJP growing and the Congress shrinking?
In Mizoram.
Now, who are you going to blame?
In Mizoram, despite multiple visits of Rahul Gandhi, the Congress, has the vote share is probably half of BJP. So that shows, as you are aware, I've been sticking my neck out on this, that BJP would retain all the seats, all the 3 states in the Hindi heartland. Now, 2 things are very clear from this verdict. One, that the credibility of Prime Minister Modi, despite being in power for 9.5 years, continues to grow. It's a pro-incumbency vote. It's a pro-incumbency sentiment for Prime Minister Modi and for Shivraj Singh Chauhan. But the other thing which many journalists have discounted or not been cognizant of is the silent anger which has been building up against the Congress party for its hypocrisy, for its duplicity on multiple issues that includes, the attacks on Sanatan Dharma, which were presided over by its allies, where Congress party was a meek spectator, and rather they encouraged it in certain places. Number 2, when they talk about caste census, again, look at the duplicity. Chattisgarh and Karnataka apparently have carried out caste census, or so do they claim, but they know that the caste census is so erroneous, it is an excess, it is so symbolic that they are not willing to make it public, and DK Shivkumar has completely, refused to make it public. So, that shows that Rahul Gandhi's credibility in the country is zilch. I am told that in these 5 elections that took place in 2018, BJP had won 198 seats in all. And today, in these 5 elections, BJP has won 355 seats. So, that's an increase of 75%. In as much as Rahul Gandhi's diatribe, his hatred for the Prime Minister may have cost Congress party, I would say the siblings' ignorance on a whole lot of things, be it the full form of MSP. We have seen, Priyanka Gandhi struggling with the full form of MSP. We have seen both the siblings struggling to, be sure on whether petrol comes within the ambit of GST or not. We have seen that Rahul Gandhi seems to be completely ignorant about the Make in India program. He still believes that all phones in India are manufactured in China. And most importantly, when he says that, when you fill 1 liter of petrol in your car, 50% of that money goes to Adani. I actually had a chat with a cab driver last week, which I recorded and put it out on my social media. That cab driver was so vocal in, in kind of decoding the tax structure of our petrol per liter petrol. He actually told me that, the time when you would fool the poor is gone, because today we have access to digital media, we know everything.
So fuel is not an issue. Fuel prices are not an issue.
No, so I want Tehseen to explain over here how, when Tehseen fills 1 liter of petrol in his car, how does 50% of that amount go to Adani? Will he bother to explain that to me?
No, because the Congress party also does business with Mr. Adani.
Including in
the state of Rajasthan.
Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan both.
In the state of Rajasthan. Karan Verma is raising his hand. Viewers, look. Yeah. I think the time has come, and I'm going to ask this question of you, Karan Verma, as well as the Samajwadi Party spokesperson, who's a very knowledgeable spokesperson. He always has the facts at hand, and I'm going to bring him in. Mr. Abbas Haider, great to see you, sir. Unfortunately, the circumstances are not favorable, and I know that there are many in your party, especially the Samajwadi Party, that are even questioning the preeminence now of the Congress in the India alliance, but we'll come to that in a little while. I want you to first listen, viewers, to Karan Verma. Karan Verma, there are 3 points here. Yeah. Either the opposition's leaders are not credible and therefore the voters are not believing them, or they don't back their attacks or their claims with facts, so they don't make an impression. Or thirdly, viewers, simply this, that they oppose for the sake of opposing.
Rahul, I'll just start by answering my good friend Tehseen. He raised a point that, Rahul Gandhi is credible at the top, but it's his subordinates, it's other people who are not doing the job. Using hard facts, because that's what your show is about, I'll tell you how Rahul Gandhi is actually the culprit. He is the one who has raised these issues himself. Number one, the Adani issue. If I had a dime for every time Rahul Gandhi cast aspersions on Adani, I would be a millionaire, to be very honest. That's how much he's cast aspersions on Adani, even though in Rajasthan and Chattisgarh, as you pointed out, there are contracts worth 85,000 crores given to Adani. Caste census. It is Rahul Gandhi who has spread this message despite his late father standing on the floor of the house and saying caste census will divide my country. I don't want that. Again, it is Rahul Gandhi who made those personal diatribes and called the Prime Minister Panoti. So my friend Tehseen, it's Rahul Gandhi who has raised these issues. And I have an advice. If he is a leader worth his salt, as you mentioned, tell him to come up tomorrow and say, I am cutting my ties with DMK, who cast aspersions on Sanatan. I am breaking my alliance with IUML, Indian Union Muslim League. I am breaking my alliance with all those anti-Sanatan parties like the Indian Secular Party in West Bengal or the AIUDF. You need to walk the talk. Truth is, Rahul, ताउम्र यही गलती करता रहा, धूल चेहरे पे थी, आईना साफ करता रहा. धूल राहुल गांधी के चेहरे पे है. Today, the Congress party and the opposition is like a ship without a rudder. It is at the mercy of winds. कभी लगता है कास्ट सेंसस बोल दें शायद वोट मिल जाए, कभी लगता है सनातन पे हमला कर दें शायद वोट मिल जाए. They have lost their credibility, and the people of India are intelligent enough to understand what development means. Today, the tribals no longer want to feel marginalized. Why have the tribals gravitated towards the BJP? Because the effects of all the social sector schemes by the Prime Minister, the maximum beneficiaries were the tribals. You go and ask a tribal who's got a surgery done by Ayushman Bharat or who has a roof on top of his head. They are bound to gravitate towards development. So as was said in America once, it's the economy stupid. It's development stupid. It is development that matters. But alas, people like Rahul Gandhi are still stuck on Savarkar. Tehseen comes from Pune. He knows how sensitive a character Savarkar is there. But still it was Rahul Gandhi during the Bharat Jodo Yatra who raised Savarkar. He didn't raise employment and other issues. So the culprit is their perceived leader who has no leadership skills.
Well, Tehseen Purana, a quick response to this before I bring in Mr. Haider. Very important points that have been made, but especially the second last one, where he says that, look, it's Rahul Gandhi who came out with the caste census, and he said very clearly that when we come to power at the center, that's got nothing to do with Gehlot or Pilot or whoever else you've named, that would have been him as the instrumentality behind any prospective Congress UPA 3.0 government. That was him talking. It was his idea. Why has it backfired?
Yeah, but
No,
but
why is it backward? No, answer the question. I've given you the facts.
So
I've shown you how
I'll
many
explain to you.
OBCs, how many
It's
STs,
not
how many
as-
STs have voted.
It's not as black or white as it's put.
Oh.
The reason, I'll explain, the reason it backfired in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, despite some left loony Duggal Saab cephalologist telling Rahul Gandhi ji and all of us that this was the issue in these states, is because Madhya Pradesh had an OBC chief minister, Chhattisgarh is a tribal state, so it won't, those are not the issues
Sir,
there.
your prime
These
minister is
issues,
an
these
OBC.
issues.
Your own father was opposed to it.
No,
Rahul,
but,
Rajiv
but,
Gandhi
but
in
what Rahul
Parliament
Gandhi,
in
if I may just clarify the
1990.
position.
No, one second,
Just
sir.
allow me to clarify. It's a very important question you've raised and Karan's raised. What Rahul Gandhi ji means to say, and I hope the articulation is slightly better, is that we must ensure that the pie, the Indian pie, is sufficiently and justly amongst all citizens. I think that's a fair proposition to make. But the way it's been put across by the left loonies is he's trying to take away somebody else's right. That's the problem. The articulation. What Rahul Gandhi is trying to do is very noble.
No,
He's saying the pie must be distributed equally amongst all our citizens.
Oh, I see.
What is wrong in that?
You know
Do you
what?
not
You know
want
what,
our fellow
viewers?
citizens to come
Yes,
up?
yes.
No, that has exactly happened through, the India's DPI infrastructure, digital public infrastructure.
But may I ask you,
The
are you opposed to the
equal
caste census?
distribution-
May I ask you?
No, I'll make it very clear.
Answer that on camera, then you answer
Exactly. I'm
anything
going to
else.
answer that. We have made it very clear.
That-
Honorable Amit Shah. No, hear me out.
Stop,
Have 60.
please.
We are not opposed to caste census.
Thank you.
Right? We are opposed to Rahul Gandhi's recklessness. We are opposed to caste census being fudged the way they did in Bihar. The way they have done, possibly done in Chhattisgarh, where they
Or
claim
in
they have done
Karnataka,
it,
where they've
they
put it in
claim,
cold storage.
No,
you look at it. Hang on, just a minute, just a minute.
Allow me to complete, please.
I'm so sorry.
Let him
In
finish.
2011, they attempted a caste survey.
There is a man
Some
here from the Samajwadi Party.
8.19 crore, just 1 second, 8.19 crore errors were detected in that caste survey, out of which 1.5 crore errors still remain unaddressed. Do we want a fudged up exercise?
Viewers, let me tell you.
May I
This
answer
is
the
the
question,
greatest. One second. I'm going to bring in Mr.
Sorry
Abbas
about
Haider because your boss, Mr. Haider, also counseled Rahul Gandhi against this. Did he not? Mr. Haider? Did he not?
See, Rahul bhai, there is a Urdu couplet. It says कि सूरज लहू लुहान हर एक शाम देख ले, ऐ शख्स तो गुरूर का अंजाम देख. So it is important to learn from the failures, Rahul bhai, and I can tell you why Congress party, because there was anger against the Bharatiya Janata Party in all these 5 states. But why there was a sudden change. Even your channel and most of the channel have predicted that BJP is not going to do this well in this state. But the reason was the contradiction within the Congress party when they were fighting these elections. On one hand, they have taken a U-turn on OBC reservation, on caste census, which both Congress and BJP have traditionally opposed. And on the other hand, they were passing humiliatory remarks against the most popular backward leader in India, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav. So I think this has, affected Congress party in a very, very bad way.
Okay, just
I
hold
think
your
now
thoughts.
Congress
Just
should
hold
learn
your
how to-
thoughts. I'm going to continue this with you because we're going to just change the focus of our conversation right now. And we're going to talk about what is actually happening within the India Bloc. Forget about the voter viewers. Even the India Bloc, of which Mr. Haider's party is a principal component, is today questioning the Congress and even Rahul Gandhi's relevance and efficacy. And I just want to make one clarification. We didn't do any exit poll, viewers. This channel doesn't believe in doing exit polls, at least as of now, till we have full control over the methodology. So if we have to do one, we'd probably do it ourselves, not outsource it. We only do a poll of polls, which is what everyone else does. We take their aggregates and we put them out. So just wanted to make that clear. We don't get into this mugs game and outsource it to anybody. But I just want to very quickly tell you, viewers, that the Congress party seems to have even lost the upper hand in the India Bloc. The Congress had held discussions on seat sharing with India Alliance partners for the 2024 Lok Sabha election. We're going to change the top bands now, off the show, viewers. There they come out, the new ones. And we're going to focus on the new elements in this debate because it's very important that we transition to the most critical question. Where does this election loss leave the Congress party? Is it even acceptable now to its own allies? That's the fundamental question. Now, viewers, they wanted Rahul Gandhi to wait for the assembly results. before jumping in on seat sharing, on things like that. The TMC, the Samajwadi Party, they're all out there. Even former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah has expressed doubt over the future of the India alliance. Listen in to all these stakeholders.
তিনটে রাজ্যে বিশেষ করে রাজস্থান, ছত্তিশগড় এবং মধ্যপ্রদেশে কংগ্রেস জিতেছিল, তখন সবাই বলেছিল যে এই নির্বাচনের কোনো প্রভাব 2019-এর সাধারণ নির্বাচন অর্থাৎ লোকসভা নির্বাচনে পড়বে এবং সেটা বিজেপির নেতৃত্ব তরফ থেকেই বলা হয়েছে।
കോൺഗ്രസ് ചിന്തിച്ചത് തങ്ങൾ ഇപ്പം തന്നെ വിജയിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞു, തങ്ങൾ വലിയ ശക്തിയാണ്, ആർക്കും തങ്ങളെ നേരിടാനാകില്ല എന്ന ഒരു സ്വയം ധാരണ, അത് ആപത്തിലേക്ക് നയിച്ചു എന്നാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ കാണുന്നത്.
जिस तरह इंडिया अलायंस का इन स्टेट इलेक्शंस में हाल रहा, अगर आगे जाके भी यही हाल रहेगा तो हम शायद बच नहीं पाएंगे. समझ में नहीं आता, या तो कांग्रेस पूरी तरह से मध्य प्रदेश में ग्राउंड सिचुएशन को समझ नहीं पाई, नहीं तो क्या जाता अगर वो अखिलेश यादव को 5-7 सीटें दे देते, क्या तूफान होता.
बीजेपी की जीत है और कांग्रेस की हार है, इसका इंडिया गठबंधन से कोई वास्ता नहीं. सिर्फ और सिर्फ कांग्रेस पार्टी की हार है. उन्होंने गठबंधन के किसी भी घटक दल से न संपर्क किया, न सहयोग माना. वो अपने बलबूते पर बीजेपी को हराने की योजना बना रहे थे, जो एक दिवा स्वप्न था.
Let's open this up, viewers, and let me bring in Mr. Abbas. Again, Abbas Haider with us. Negativity, says JDU, full of negativity, riddled and addled by it. And disconnected, says Omar Abdullah. Omar Abdullah is a very good friend of Rahul Gandhi's, in fact, Mr. Haider, and your mascot of your party, your supremo, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav, has come out and said they treated me like a person asking for alms when I said, let's have a seat adjustment in Madhya Pradesh. Do you think the Congress is a liability today?
Rahulji, first of all the parties in the India alliance, they are equal stakeholders. And as far as Congress party and these recent elections are concerned, you call it arrogance, you call it overconfident, whatever you want to call them, you can call it. But I am still, and Samajwadi Party is still optimistic, and we believe that all the parties who had consensus that we want to fight the Bharatiya Janata Party together, we want BJP out of power in 2024, have come up in the India alliance, and I am quite optimistic that we are going to fight it together. But yes, there need to be a change in the attitude of some of the parties who consider themselves not an equal stakeholder but a big brother.
A big brother. Sense of entitlement, viewers. Major uncertainty also on TMC's participation in the 6th India meeting. That's going to happen on the 6th. Both Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee will be in North Bengal for a pre-scheduled meeting. We're told that even Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav may not be there. Komalika Sengupta is, of course, reporting these facts about the TMC to skip the meeting. I want to bring you in, Tuhin. What does this mean? What's happening here?
Well, Rahul, the India alliance was always
you were
supposed
accused
to be
by the Congress of not being able to shepherd your alliance partners, and they said, come to us when they formed the India Bloc. Now it seems that the shoe's on the other foot.
The India alliance, Rahul, was always a very unscrupulous and unnatural alliance. Ideally, they should have questioned the DMK minister Ponamundi when he openly said that the whole objective of the India alliance is to destroy the Sanatan Dharma.
Is that?
But anyway, that's exactly
that.
what he
didn't
said.
You do anything
so ideally, they should have questioned it. But
I want to ask you, Tessie, one second. You wear the Janeo. You proudly flash it.
They did.
Who?
They did. They told that the Sanatan issue should not happen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who said? In whose ear was this whispered?
No. The top leadership did speak to all the.
Where was it? Where was it?
It was not made for public, but
why wasn't it made? Are you ashamed to defend Sanatan in public. I'm asking you, are you ashamed?
I'm the one
are
who
you
took it
ashamed?
up.
No,
I'm
no,
the one who
I'm talking about
started
your
this
party.
election.
Sir, you are a cut above them all. If you were the president of the Congress, you would have won 360 seats by now. You know that, Tehseen. You know that. You know how people love you. Unfortunately, no one listens to you. So why is it that they don't listen to you?
They don't listen to me. But I am not going to get. But thank you, sir. Please.
Allow me to
don't let him get off. He said they were privately told. Is the defense of Sanatana something to be ashamed of?
No,
you can't speak up for Sanatana.
Kamal Nath stood up for it. Surjewala stood up for it. They all said it publicly that this was wrong. The party
in closed clusters.
No. To media.
Why didn't
to
Rahul
media,
Gandhi
they
say
said it.
Why didn't Rahul Gandhi say it? He doesn't believe it.
Let me ask you.
No, because he probably, because I'll tell
can
you
I
why.
Reverse it? Can I reverse it? Why did the Honorable Prime Minister then, okay, you call Mr. Stalin for the G20 dinner, sit, chat, take pictures with Mr. Stalin, you should have boycotted him. The Prime Minister also didn't do it. Look, this is being critical. But let's not get too in off. Ask too in.
Why
should the caste census, when will you do it?
Stalin
Congress didn't do it. Why aren't you doing it?
No, one second.
Why did
the same accusation was made by 3 other India Bloc parties that they weren't invited. So either you make up your mind, you want to go, you want to be invited to the G20. They didn't go. They said we don't want to go.
Correct. So yet Mr. Stalin was called.
So Stalin could have said.
Stalin
could have said. Everyone was called, sir. Everybody was invited. Everybody was invited because as the Prime Minister.
When will they break up with Sanjay Nishad?
Excuse me. This is absolutely absurd. This is absolutely absurd, viewers. Just think about it. Yes. 1 minute. Karan wants to come in. Karan?
You know, the way it's going, it's very simple. All these parties will eat up and swallow the Congress. This India Alliance, they're going to eat them up. And Tehseen is the one guy who has been warning against it from a very long time. Because now, and secretly all these parties were actually wishing for Congress to be cut to size. They were wanting, and now they've come up out in the open. Arrogance, ego, you have to give up this big brotherly attitude. Of course, they would have been the big brother. They were the one with the largest party in all of this. This alliance could have only been built around the Congress. So now with a weak Congress, I think it's all over. It's just as Rahul Gandhi says, khatam, tata, bye-bye. It is reduced to that now, the India Alliance.
Tausif Ahmed, we've just heard Mr. Abhishek Banerjee saying that things can't go on the way that they have been in the alliance. Do you believe that the Congress party, after losing the contest, has also lost its credibility? And if so, why?
So the demand from Trinamool Congress, from Mamata Banerjee, has always been very, very clear to the Congress that you must concentrate on seats where you have a direct fight with BJP. And in rest of the places where India Alliance are there, you have to cooperate and make this a fight 1:1. That is, one BJP candidate and one opposition candidate. There cannot be any khichdi like we saw in Telangana. There was BRS, then there was Congress, and there was BJP. So that kind of formula will not work for 2024. Congress we have always tried to play a bigger picture, and the number of seats decides who is the bigger brother. They wanted to play a big brother role, and that is for post election to be figured out. Right now the approach has always been to make a 1:1.
Okay. Why doesn't the Congress, Samajwadi Party spokesperson is here, and he was telling us that in Madhya Pradesh their leader asked for an alliance, electoral alliance. Didn't get it. You know what Akhilesh Yadav said. So I'm asking you, Mr. Tausif Khan, why? Why doesn't the Congress listen to its partners?
You see, it is really for Congress to comment on that. There may be some, state leadership issues not agreeing with the central leadership, but that is their, lookout. As an alliance partner, Mamata Banerjee has always given her best advice
but why isn't that advice taken? I'm asking you, why are you hedging your bets tonight? You're a free and frank spokesperson.
2024
stand up for your party.
2024 election is yet to be fought. The alliance is for 2024 election as it turned out.
So let me ask you. Do you think the Congress did the right thing by cutting out the Samajwadi Party in Madhya Pradesh? Mr. Akhilesh Yadav has said now the Congress knows where it actually stands. उनको अपनी कद का हकीकत पता लग गई है. They've been shamed.
May I respond to that?
No.
Why did it lose?
Obviously, the performance of Congress party says it all. Akhilesh Yadav has all the right to say that he just wanted a couple of seats in Madhya Pradesh, and not only that, the Madhya Pradesh especially, there was a plan.
Let me bring him.
To have a all the alliance
Mr. Haider
parties to come and campaign for the
alliance. What is unfair? I'll bring you in. I'll bring you 1 second. Let Mr. Haider finish his comment. We've heard
we
Mr.
have only asked for 5 seats. Out of them,
Yes,
we
5.
won already 1 and 4 seats where we were runner-up. We got more vote than Congress party. We have asked for just 5 seats. But the Congress party refused. They said, no, we have made an alliance for 2024 Lok Sabha election. Okay, fine. Fight it. So I think that a decision in a alliance can be multilateral, bilateral. It cannot be unilateral like the Congress party has done in the
But why
past.
did the Congress do it? Why were they not open to you?
I can just wish Congress party that they should learn from their mistake and they should not repeat it in the future for the benefit of the alliance and the country. This is what I can say.
But we know that history has told us that the Congress doesn't actually learn from its mistakes.
Rahul, may I just ask you, how much vote did the Samajwadi Party of BSP get in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan? Less than 1%.
He's given you the facts.
No, the facts are there. How is the 5%? No, there's no 5% vote. They've got less than 1% vote. They didn't have the vote, my friend. Look, I agree that we could have...
68 seats in Madhya Pradesh. That's all. And
how many seats, Abbas Bhai?
You couldn't give them 6 seats. You couldn't support them in 6 seats. They're number 2 in 5.
1 second.
They've got more
Rahul,
votes than you, and
Rahul,
they won
you're
one
a
of
man
them.
of data. I'm a man of data. Where is their vote percentage? They've got less than 1%. Can I ask you where?
But that would have been 5 seats less for the BJP, sir.
How would it have been 5 seats less?
Because they were number 2.
Please add the Congress and the Sapa's vote share, and you still don't suppress the... Let's assume, just 1 second. Please, just, Abbas Bhai, please. Abbas Bhai, just, let's, 1 second. Let's look at Madhya Pradesh.
Why are you shouting over him? You're already dictating terms on this.
Please, allow me just 30 seconds. Let's assume the 5 seats were given to SP. Let's assume. Let's see SP won all those 5 seats. Let's assume Congress added another 5 seats and BJP lost 5. Yet the difference was so much because SP didn't pull up its weight. It got 0%, less than 1% in these elections. That is not the factor why Congress lost. SP may now come in and say, how many seats was SP giving Congress in the UP
So viewers,
elections?
now just look at, there's a consistent pattern here.
On all the 230 seats, we were fighting on just 68 seats. If we would have fought on 230
My friend,
seats,
how much did you pull on the 68 seats you fought on? Less than 1%, sir. So on what basis are you asking for seat? And if you're asking for seats in MP, why weren't you giving seats in UP?
We were asking for the seats where we got more vote than Congress party.
But it didn't repeat. So that analysis was right.
No, but I mean, come on.
I may want seats in some state, in West Bengal from where Tausif come. But if I don't have a base, on what basis am I asking? Tomorrow SP will ask for seats in West Bengal. Will Tausif give? Ask Tausif.
If Samajwadi Party and Congress would have fought together,
this conversation is a microcosm of what's happening in the India land.
That's right. This debate is, I was about to say that, it's sad, viewers. It's very sad that the Congress has this entrenched sense of entitlement that allows Mr. Rahul Gandhi to be projected as the overarching campaigner, election after election, when in 80% of them he's come a cropper. I have the facts. 80%. That's a huge failure rate. Imagine an Indian team captain coming back with an 80% failure rate, viewers, in exam after exam, in test series, in World Cup series. That would be curtains. There's a problem at the top in the Congress right now, viewers. Remember what they said after Karnataka? Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo made the difference. Did they not say that? So has the Bharat Jodo been a flop in all these other states?
No. The Congress retained its vote share.
You win there, so it is credit. You lose there, it is not. It is not credit. Retain the vote share.
And with the same
viewers, I will show you facts which will astound you on the number of seats where the Congress has not even been respectable number 2. They have been number 2, but not a respectable number 2. At least 35 seats in Madhya Pradesh. It's just in some where they won big, and in others, and therefore you have an average. Don't get taken in by averages.